This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.
Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-No podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If this your first time tuning in, salute to you. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button. Everybody that's tuned in, please hit the like button and the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. And don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me a Oouuber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C-note. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you so that we can all talk that talk together. This is the Week 2 recap. We're recapping every game from Sunday. We're going to start it off in Buffalo. Josh Allen and the Bills looking to bounce back from that Week 1 loss. They was hosting Vegas. Shout out Josh Allen and the Bills. They came away with the 38-10 victory. They got busy. Josh Allen definitely had a bounce-back game. 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. James Cook, he also got busy, 123 yards on the ground. And Gabe Davis showed up, 6 catches, 92 yards, a touchdown. The Bills are now 1-1. As for Jimmy G, it looked like it was going to be a good game for him. Then it just kind of went downhill. He had 185, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Trey Tucker, 34 yards on the ground. Devontae Adams, 684, touchdown. Josh Jacobs had -2 yards, people. Yikes. Vegas drops the 1-1. But that situation with Josh Jacobs is nasty work. I'm just keeping it a C-note. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, they was in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Bengals looked horrible in Week 1, and they didn't look much better in Week 2. Shout out Baltimore. They came away with the 27-24 victory. Lamar Jackson, he threw for 237, 2 touchdowns. Gus Edwards, 62 yards on the ground and a touchdown. We also had Nelson Aguilar get busy, 5 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown. Don't look now, but the Ravens are 2-0. Shout out to them. As for Joe Burrow, don't let the numbers deceive you. This team started slow. Burrow threw for 222, 2 touchdowns and interception. Joe Mixon, 59 yards on the ground. And T. Higgins, he had 8 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Since he's 0-2, I'm asked, has anybody seen JaMarr Chase? Because watching them games, Joe Burrow looks a little off, but it looks like JaMarr Chase he's not getting open. I'm just keeping it a C-note. I don't know what's going on with Cincinnati, but Joe Burrow definitely has to take some blame for it. I thought this may be an MVP year for him. It's still early in the season. I know he missed time with an injury in the offseason. And he just got that check. I don't know if he going to dud out after getting that check. But Joey Burrow, you have to turn up. JaMarr Chase, you have to reappear because you've been MIA the first 2 weeks. Like, we're still on the off season. I'm just keeping it a C-note. How about the Kansas City Chiefs? They got their rings opening night. They lost to Detroit. They was in Jacksonville trying to bounce back. And they came away with the 17-9 victory. Mahomes, he threw for 305, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Isaiah Pacheco, 70 yards on the ground. Sky Moore, 3 catches, 70 yards and a touchdown. KC is now 1-1. I will admit, though, the Chiefs look shabby. I mean, I know Kelsey coming off the injury. He's probably not 100%, but those guys look shabby. Chris Jones came right in off of not doing no camp or anything, and he looked a lot better than most of the guys on the team. Pause. But I'm saying that offense don't look too good. I'm just keeping it a C note. Trevor Lawrence, he threw for 216. ETN, 40 yards on the ground. Christian Kirk, he got busy, 11 catches, 110 yards in a loss. Jacksonville's now 1-1. In Tennessee, the Titans, they was hosting the Chargers, and Tennessee came away with the 27-24 victory. Tannehill, he threw for 246 and a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 80 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Treylon Burke, 3 catches, 76 yards. The Titans are 1-1. As for the Chargers, Justin Herbert, he threw for 305, 2 touchdowns. No Austin Eckler today, and I think that kind of hurt their offense. 39 yards from Joshua Kelly. Keenan Allen, 8 catches, 112, 2 touchdowns. Don't look now, but the Chargers are 0-2, people. And if y'all saying Austin Eckler ain't worth the money, all you got to do is look at the Chargers running back productivity without Austin Eckler in week 2. Not only did they not get off on the ground, but they didn't catch nothing really out the backfield. Somebody go ahead and pay that man Austin Eckler. I'm just keeping it a C note. We had the Atlanta Falcons trying to go to 2-0. They was hosting Green Bay, who was also trying to go to 2-0. Shout out to the Falcons. Come from behind victory, 25-24. Desmond Ridder, he threw for 237, touchdown and an interception. Bijan Robinson, 124 on the ground. And Drake London, 6 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. He got busy. The Falcons are 2-0, people. Shout out Jordan Love, though. Jordan Love had a good game. He threw for 151, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 55 yards on the ground. And Jaden Reed, he had 4 catches, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got busy. Green Bay's 1-1. Another team, Aaron Jones, I know they do a running back by committee, but you can see the difference when it's Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon and when it's just A.J. Dillon. Aaron Jones is definitely a monster. Shout out to Jordan Love, though. He's on the right track for Green Bay. How about Seattle in Detroit? This was a good game. Went to overtime. Seattle came away with the victory, 37-31. Geno threw for 328, 2 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker had 43 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. But it was Tyler Lockett, 8 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a walk-off touchdown in overtime for the win. Seattle went to 1-1. Shout out Tyler Lockett. He's like huge when the game is on the line because he's in the last couple years, he's had a couple walk-off touchdowns. Tyler Lockett definitely gets busy. He's definitely undervalued in the league, but he's one of those guys that he'll do whatever you need him to do to win. So shout out to Tyler Lockett. Jared Goff, he got busy. 3 touchdowns, 323. And he threw an interception. David Montgomery, 67 yards on the ground. He ended up getting hurt, getting carted off. Something with his ankle or his leg or something. We need to watch out for that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 catches, 102 yards. The Lions fall to 1-1. That was a heartbreaking game for them. Let's see if they bounce back in week 3. Next up, we had a battle of the bottom feeders. We had the Colts in Houston to take on the Texans. They came away with the 31-20 victory. The kid Richardson, he threw for a touchdown, ran for one as well, but he did lead the game, concussion protocol. Gardner Minshew got busy too, 171 and a touchdown. Zach Moss had 88 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Michael Pittman Jr., 8 catches, 56 yards. Indy is 1-1. Shout out to the Colts. Houston, they went to 0-2. C.J. Stroud, he definitely got busy though. 384 yards, 2 touchdowns. Damian Pierce, 31 yards on the ground. And we had a Nico Collins sighting, people. 7 catches, 146 yards, and a touchdown. That boy got busy. Shout out to Nico Collins. Again, the Texans 0-2. Let me ask a question because there's been a lot of hype around Damian Pierce if you play fantasy football. I want to ask the fantasy overs, if you risk taking Damian Pierce in the running back dead zone, are you regretting it after 2 games? Yes, no. Keep it a C, no, let me know. Tampa Bay, they were hosting Chicago. And shout out Tampa Bay. They improved to 2-0 with the 27-17 victory. Baker Mayfield has been getting busy over there in Tampa Bay. He threw for 317 and a touchdown. Rashad White, 73 yards on the ground. And Mike Evans, 6 catches, 171 and a touchdown. Shout out to Tampa Bay, 2-0. And shout out to Mike Evans, because every year it's a question on where he ranks in the wide receiver rankings. Is he top 10? Is he top 5? Is he top 15? But all he does is produce every year, no matter who the quarterback is. So shout out to Mike Evans. He definitely gets busy. As for Chicago, disappointing day. Justin Fields threw for 211, touchdown, 2 interceptions. He did have a rushing touchdown. Other than that, they did nothing on the ground. And you had DJ Moore, 6 catches, 104 yards. The Bears are 0-2. And it was a lot of hype coming into the season about Chicago may win that division. They may win 11 games. They may win 12 games and all type of pre-hype. It's still early in the season, but those guys are 0-2. And Justin Fields, you got weapons now. You can't keep playing the way you're playing. You got to get better. I'm just keeping it a C note. The Giants, they went to Arizona and they was sleepwalking through like most of that game. Was down by 24 points at one time. They came back. They won 31-28 against the Cardinals. Daniel Jones, he got busy, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He also ran for a touchdown. Then you had Saquon Barkley. He got busy as well, 62 yards on the ground and a touchdown. 63 yards, pardon me. He also had 6 catches, 29 yards and a touchdown. And the rookie Jalen Hyatt, 2 catches, 89 yards. Shout out to the Giants. They came back from 24 down to win the game. They're now 1-1. They definitely show heart. Saquon Barkley did leave the game with an injury, and he looked like he couldn't put no real pressure on his foot. So we definitely got to monitor that. As for Arizona, they came out sneaky. Joshua Dobbs, he definitely got busy. 228 and a touchdown. James Conner, 106 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And we had Michael Wilson, 3 catches, 56 yards. Arizona's 0-2. Listen, shout out James Conner. He definitely be getting busy. Pittsburgh last week, they struggled with their running backs. Najee Harris, he was a disappointment last year. When you're looking back at everything, pause. Do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers should have kept James Conner? Yes, no. Keep it a C note, let me know. Next up, we had San Fran. They was in L.A. to take on my boys. And shout out to the 49ers. They came away with the 30-23 victory. They just got us. Brock Purdy, 206 yards. You had McCaffrey. He had 116 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Debo had 6 for 63, but he also had a rushing touchdown. And, the 49ers went to 2-0. Shout out to them. But from what I've seen, they're not this big boogeyman team. I'm just keeping it a C note. As for Stafford, he had 307 in the air, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kyron Williams, 52 yards and a touchdown. And shout out Puka Nacua. He got busy. 15 catches, 147 yards. Matthew Stafford now has Puka Nacua in the record books. Most catches by a rookie, I believe it is. First 2 games. He might also be up there with the yards, too. Shout out Puka Nacua. He's definitely getting busy. Shout out Kyron Williams. I said on last recap or last episode, whichever one it was, that Cam Akers was in trouble because Kyron Williams looked like the better running back. Cam Akers healthy scratch. Looks like Cam is on his way out the door. I don't know how he stayed in L.A. last season, but he may be on his way out the door. As for the Niners, like again I said, big bad bullies. That team looks sweet. I thought they were a top team, but that team looks sweet. If Stafford can stay healthy and he's doing that with Puka and Tutu Atwell, what you gonna do when Cooper Kupp comes back? Van Jefferson, he has to go. Van Jefferson is in the way. He is horrible. I'm not going to say horrible, but he's not really that good. He hasn't shown no improvement since he's been in L.A. Rarely gets separation. He don't even play with no aggressiveness. So, that's my thoughts on it. But when you look at the game, Christian McCaffrey, he had 116 yards on the ground. But 51 of it came on one play. So the other 19 carries, he had a so-so game. Debo had a so-so game. For some reason, like I always say, Debo would be the MVP if he played against the Rams every week. But really what hurt the Rams was the turnovers because the Rams went up and down the field, did whatever they wanted to do against San Fran. And the offense, San Fran's offense had a couple big plays, nothing major. The turnover separated the game. But shout out to the Niners on a win. They're 2-0. How about Dallas? Dallas smoked the team in week 1, shut a team out. This week, they was hosting the Jets. They came away with the 30-10 victory. They beat the brakes off the Jets. Dak Prescott threw for 255, 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 72 yards on the ground. And you had CeeDee Lamb. He got busy, 11 catches, 143 yards. Shout out to Dallas. They are 2-0. And I must say the Cowboys look for real. It's only 2 weeks, but they look for real. As for the Jets, they look like they may end up in the running for Caleb Williams if Zach Wilson plays like this every game. 170 yards, touchdown, 3 interceptions. He did run for 36 yards, which led them in rushing. Then you had Garrett Wilson, 2 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown, but I believe he got hurt, so that's not good news. And it's a lot of hoopla about Aaron Rodgers may try to make his way back for the playoffs. Playoffs? We talking playoffs with Zach Wilson as your quarterback? Let's slow down and just take it 1 week at a time because with Zach Wilson, I don't care how good the defense is, it's a good chance the Jets ain't a playoff team. I'm just keeping it a C note. How about Washington in Denver? Another one of these games where Denver was controlling the game, beating the brakes off Washington. Somehow Washington wins the game 35-33. Sam Howell threw for 299, 2 touchdowns. Brian Robinson Jr., he got busy, 87 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. And Terry McLaurin, 5 catches, 54 yards and a touchdown. The Commanders are 2-0. As for Russ, he threw for 308, 3 touchdowns and an interception. He also had 56 yards on the ground, which led him. Marvin Mims Jr., 2 catches, 113, and a touchdown. Russ and the Broncos 0-2, and it's not looking good. Now this year so far has been they get a lead and then they can't hold the lead. It's ridiculous. But, Sunday Night Football, we had the Dolphins in Foxborough to take on the Patriots. They came away with the 24-17 victory. Tua threw for 249, a touchdown, and an interception. Shout out Raheem Mostert. He got busy. 121 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 86 yards. Miami is 2-0. As for New England, Mac Jones threw for 231, a touchdown and an interception. Ramondre Stevenson, 50 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And Devontae Parker, 6 catches, 57 yards. Belichick and the boys are 0-2. I think they said since the first time since when he named Brady a starter way back. So it's not a good start for Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Let's see if they bounce back in week 3. They're an 0-2 team. We got a couple 0-2 teams. Give me your most surprising 0-2 team. The nominees are the Bengals, the Chargers, Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos. Who are you more surprised at being 0-2 with? You know I'm going Cincinnati just because it's the offense struggling. It's not like it's the defense. So I got Cincy. I didn't really expect too much from Justin Herbert or Justin Fields or Russ for that matter. I'm just keeping it a C note. More surprising 0-2 team, no people. You got the Bengals, the Chargers, the Bears, or the Broncos. Who are you more surprised with being 0-2? Keep it a C note. Let me know. Got a couple of surprising 2-0 teams. Like shocking. I don't think not too many people would say these teams would be 2-0. So who's the more surprising 2-0 team? We got the Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Washington Commanders. Keep it a C note. Who's the more surprising team? I'm going Tampa because I didn't think Baker Mayfield would definitely have Mike Evans hooping like that, but he got Mike Evans getting busy. I know Mike Evans is a ball, but if anybody can mess what he got going on over there up, it's Baker Mayfield. He hasn't done that yet. I'm surprised that they're 2-0. I'm just keeping it a C note. Who's the most impressive team in week 2? For the Sunday games, no Thursday night football or none of that. Sunday games, who was the most impressive team in week 2? Keep it a C note, let me know. For 2 straight weeks, I got to go to Cowboys. Beat up on the Jets 30-10. And I knew their defense was going to dominate because you got Zach Wilson at quarterback. But they basically did what they want against their defense. And their defense is a top 5 defense. CeeDee Lamb got busy. Tony Pollard got busy. So I'm impressed with the Dallas Cowboys offensively and defensively. They've been showing out the first 2 weeks. I think it's like 70-10 points for and against. So shout out to the Cowboys. They're the most impressive team to me after 2 weeks, but definitely in week 2. But again, who's the most impressive team from Sunday's games, week 2 of the NFL season? Keep it a C note. Let's go offensive rookie of the day. The nominees, we got Puka Nacua, 15 catches, 147 yards, and a loss to San Fran. We got Marvin Mims Jr., 2 catches, 113 yards, and a touchdown, and a loss. And we got C.J. Stroud. He threw for 384, 2 touchdowns, in a losing effort to Indy. Who's your offensive rookie of the day? Week 2. I'm going Puka Nacua. He's breaking all type of records. He's my rookie of the day, my breakout player. He's everything. I'm on record right now for saying that I believe Puka Nacua, barring any injury from him or Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua will be the offensive rookie of the year. You heard it here first. I'm just keeping it a C note. Let's go Sunday standout wide receiver. Let's go Sunday standout wide receiver nominees. I got Tyler Lockett, 8 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a walk-off touchdown in overtime against Detroit. And you got Mike Evans, 6 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown versus Chicago. Or you got CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches, 143 yards against the Jets secondary. Keep it a C note. Who's your Sunday standout wide receiver? I got to go Tyler Lockett, 8 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a walk-off touchdown. That's like hitting a buzzer beater. So that's my standout wide receiver today. Again, shout out Tyler Lockett. He definitely gets busy. Let's go quarterback of the day for Sunday. The nominees, we got Josh Allen, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns in a win against Vegas. Geno Smith, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns versus Detroit. And you got Sam Howell, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a comeback victory against Denver. Or you got Daniel Jones, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, 59 yards on the ground, and a touchdown, and another comeback win. Who's your quarterback of the day? Keep it a C note. Me, I'm going, I got to go Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got busy. He was running people over. He made all the right plays. That's my quarterback of the day. But keep it a C note, people. Who's your quarterback of the day? Let me know. Monday Night Football, we got a doubleheader. We got New Orleans at Carolina. Keep it a C note. Who you taking? I'm going New Orleans. We got Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Keep it a C note. Who you got? I hate to say Mike Tomlin is going to start 0-2, but Mike Tomlin going to start 0-2. I'm taking Cleveland. That's my thoughts. I'm keeping it a C note. Definitely about to wrap this episode up. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, if this your first time tuning in, salute to you. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button. Everybody tuned in, please hit the like button, the bell, so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me a Uber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you, so that we can all talk that talk together. As always, I am your boy Brown. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it a C note. I holla at y'all.
This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like.